Hello everyone, hi, this is Bethany Reyes. I am the creator of Hello True Beauty and also Orange Status presenter with Unique, and I'm so excited about this training. Sherry asked me to hop on and share something with you. She sneaked in at our leadership retreat, and I'm so excited. So if you are ready to change your business, you need to watch this call. You need to watch this video because I'm going to share something with you, a secret, and it's going to completely change your business and change your life, okay? So I am going to share something with you guys that first, just so you can know why this is important. Why do you need to listen to me? You're like, okay, who is this girl, this Bethany girl that I have no clue who she is? So I want to share with you guys a few of my numbers so you can see why, hi Sherry, so you can see why this is important and how this is going to completely change your life, okay? So here it is. I'm going to share with you guys my numbers from 2016 and my numbers in 2017, okay? So in 2016, I sold $19,673, excuse me. So my average PRS every month in 2016 was $1,600, about roughly. So in 2016, my average PRS was $1,600. And in 2016, I sponsored 27 people, which was an average of 2 people every single month. So that was in 2016. In 2017, I sold $65,359. So my average PRS was $5,446 every month, and I sponsored 117 people, so my average was 9 people each month. So my business completely changed. It was like night and day. I was selling $1,600 a month, and now I sell over $5,000 a month. I was sponsoring 2 people barely every single month to now I'm sponsoring over 9 people. This month I've sponsored 14 people so far. So you can obviously see night and day to what happened in my business. So I'm going to ask you a few questions, and if it relates to you, I want you to say me below, okay? So if this question relates to you and you can relate to it, say me. So, do you feel stuck? Do you feel like you're not maintaining the status of what you've hit? Maybe you hit orange, maybe you hit green, maybe you hit purple. Do you feel like you're not maintaining your status? Do you feel like you're not earning the amount of money that you wanted to earn with this business? Do you feel like you're striving so hard to make this work? Do you feel like you're doing everything that you can do, but you're not seeing the results? And are you getting frustrated because you're not seeing the results that you think you should be seeing? Or do you know what you should be doing and you aren't doing it? Okay, so those are a few questions. And if you said me to any of those, this call is for you. This video is for you. So if you feel stuck, you're not maintaining, you're not earning the amount that you want, you feel like you're striving so hard to make this work, and you feel like you're doing everything, you're not seeing results, or maybe you know what to do and you're not doing it, okay? So I'm going to share with you guys my story because I was in the same boat, okay? So the end of February will be 3 years since I started this business. And I hit green status in 9 months, and I was like, I'm on my way to the top. I'm gonna hit all the top to the top status in the company really quickly. I thought I was gonna go to black status in a year. I hit green status, and then we didn't maintain green status. The following year, we hit green status 3 times out of the 12 months. And so we weren't maintaining green status. We were just a blue status team basically. And I was very, very frustrated. I felt like I was working so hard. I felt like I was being consistent every day in my business. I felt like I was doing all the right things. I was doing parties, and I just wasn't seeing the results. And I was so frustrated. And so I finally came to an aha moment. So I'm gonna share this aha moment with you. First, I'm gonna ask you to rate yourself. Okay, so if you were to rate yourself and your confidence in your business right at this moment, on a scale of 1 to 10, rate yourself, what would be the number that you give yourself? Obviously 10 being high. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate yourself right now? Your confidence in your business, the confidence that you can do this, the confidence that you will hit your goal that you want. Okay, so I want you guys to give me your number below. What is your confidence in your business right now? Share that with me. So my confidence that I rated myself January of 2017, forgot it's a new year. I rated myself like a 5 or 6. I said, I feel like I'm a 5 or 6. And that's how I felt. I felt like my confidence was a 5 or 6. I felt like I wasn't seeing the results, so I didn't have a lot of confidence in myself. And you know what? I thought that if I could do all the right actions, then I was going to succeed in my business. I felt like if I did all the right things, then I'm going to hit the top. And that's not true. And so you maybe need to hear that. Actions are not going to make you successful, okay? You can't just get to the top just because you're doing the right stuff. There's more to it, and I'm going to share the secret with you because I did not know this. So I rated myself probably a 5 or 6, and I realized in February I had a coaching call with my Black Status upline, Jen Zucker, and she basically helped me see that I had this underlying belief that I was not good enough. I had this underlying belief that I was inadequate, that I wasn't enough, that I wasn't going to be good enough to do this. I wasn't going to be a good enough leader. I wasn't going to be pretty enough. I wasn't going to be smart enough. I wasn't going to be enough to succeed at this business. And even though outwardly I was showing that I was confident and I was showing that I was doing all this stuff, inwardly I had this self-doubt, and inwardly I felt like I'm not good enough. I can't do this. And that's where I was in last year. The same time this last year, that's how I felt. And so she helped me realize that that's what I was feeling about myself, and that's what was stopping me from going forward. So let me kind of explain this to you. And I didn't realize this, but in our own head, we have this set point of what we think we're worth. A lot of times we think like we're worth this much. So like even though outwardly we might say or put out a goal of what we want, deep down in our brain, we think that we're worth a certain amount. So no matter how hard we try and we do all the stuff we're supposed to be doing, we're only worth that much, so we can't go past that ceiling. And there's supposed to be no ceilings in this business, but we put our own ceilings and tell ourselves what we can do, what we're capable of. So we might say, I'm gonna be Black Status. But in our mind we say, whoa, 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 you're not good enough for Black Status. You can't do that. What do you think you're doing? No, you're only worth Blue Status, or you're only worth Green Status. You're not worth that. Or we tell ourselves, I want to sell, or I want to earn $1,000 a month. And your brain says, no, you're not good enough for that. You can only earn $500 a month. So in your brain, you have a set point of what you're worth, and that is what you are attracting. You are attracting what you're worth no matter what you're saying. You might say you want something, but what you have set in your head, what you believe, is what you attract. So your set point for sponsoring is what you're attracting, what you think you're worth. As far as, here's the thing, if you think you're a 5 or 6, or your confidence is maybe a 7, what kind of people are you attracting? What do you think your set point of worth is? Do you think you're going to attract someone that is more confident than you? Do you think you're going to attract a 10? Probably not, right? Because we feel like someone that's a 10 is out of our league. Just like in the dating world, we'd be like, oh my gosh, that guy's so hot, I could never get him, right? So if you think that you're a 5 or 6 or 7, most likely you're going to sponsor people that are less than you, less confident, or maybe they aren't, don't have as much experience. But you want to go after the 10s, and outwardly you're saying, I'm going for this amazing person that's going to want to be a go-getter, they're going to go after everything. But instead, you're attracting the 4s and the 5s, and you get frustrated and you say, why don't they want this? Because you have a 4, that's why. Okay? So we're also sponsoring the wrong people because, like I said, we have this set point of what we're worth, and this set point is what we're attracting. Okay? So when I was thinking I was a 5 and 6, I was attracting 4s and 5s in my business, and I was getting frustrated why they weren't wanting it like me, why we weren't running, why weren't we going after this together. They didn't want it. They're 4s and 5s. This is also with your sales, okay? What you think you're worth as far as a salesperson, how much you're worth as far as selling and earning. For me, I used to think I wasn't worth to earn $10,000, and I told Jen, I don't even know what to do with $10,000 a month. That would be amazing. I don't think I would be worth that. So now I've changed my set point where I believe I'm worth $10,000 a month. Now I'm going to attract it. But if I think I'm only worth making $1,000 a month, that's all I'm gonna make. Anything beyond that is a miracle. Anything beyond that is a November. Let's just say that much. We all know about November, right? Okay, so action is not going to make you successful. Let me just say that again. Action is not going to make you successful. You need action to be successful, but you can't just do action. There has to be more than just action. And Sherry, I'm so glad that you're talking to me because no one else is talking to me. You guys have to show me some love to know that I'm hitting a nerve or something here, okay? This is interaction, okay? Interacting together. So talk to me. Let me know what you're thinking. Okay, so you don't necessarily, thank you, Heather, hearts. You don't necessarily need to do more. You need to believe more, okay? I used to look at my business and I say, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? What am I not doing that I need to be doing? And we think we need to do more. No, you need to believe more, okay? So you can even write that down. I don't need to do more. I need to believe more, okay? Because if you believe more, then you'll be capable of doing more, right? So let me talk to you. Okay, so you have a set point of what you think you're worth. But what if, okay, for example, those of you that said you're a 6 or 7, what if you operated your business out of a 9 or 10? If you were operating your business out of a 9 or 10, what are you going to attract to you? What do you think you're going to attract to you? Do you think that you're more likely to achieve your goals if you are a 9 or 10 in your brain right now? What do you think? Most likely you're going to attract the things that you want, right? If you change that level from a 5 or 6 and you start thinking yourself as a 9 or 10, guess what? You're going to attract those 8s and 9s and 10s, right? You're going to attract the people that you want to attract to this business. You're going to start believing you're worth to sell that much and make that much. If you start believing that, then that's what you're going to attract. So, do you think that if you increased your level, you would be able to achieve your goals? Yes. Okay. So, this is something I actually coach with my girls since my mind was blown and I had no idea. How many times a day do we think negatively about ourselves or about our business, or even say it? Okay, we might not just think it, we might even say it. We might say, no one wants to buy from me. No one's running with me. My team doesn't want this. No one's listening. No one wants to do this with me. Or we say, I can't sponsor anyone. I don't sponsor leaders. I sponsor all the people that don't want this. What do you think you're saying? What do you think you're attracting? When you are thinking this, hi Lindsay, when you're thinking these things and you are saying these things, that's what you're bringing back to you, okay? So if you're thinking, I can't do this, or you're thinking no one wants to do this with me, or you're thinking all my parties don't sell anything, or you're thinking I can't sign up anyone that wants to do this with me, that's what you're gonna get. Okay, so I have to share this with my girls a lot of times because they think that if they're doing the actions, but they're thinking these negative thoughts, that they're going to give the positive results. But we all know, positive attracts what? Positive. Negative attracts what? Negative. So if you're thinking negative and you're sending your booking messages and you're thinking no one's going to book with me, no one's going to say yes, what do you think you're going to get? It doesn't matter. Okay, like maybe if you send out 30 messages, you will get some yeses. But what do you think you're going to achieve with that? What if you did that and your thought process is they're going to want to book with me because I'm a party queen, or they're going to want to book with me because everyone that books with me earns free makeup. That's the difference. Or what if they're putting out sponsoring messages and they're thinking, oh man, I don't attract anyone that wants to do this. The only people I sponsor are people that are kidnappers. What do you think you're gonna get? You're gonna get more kidnappers, more of what you don't want. So focus your mind and energy on what you want, not what you don't want. When you start focusing on the positive, you're gonna start attracting the positive. And guess what? This is the law of attraction, okay? When I used to hear the law of attraction, I used to think, oh, that just means you're like positive on your Facebook and you seem like a confident person and you put out really cool stuff and people are like, I wanna be her friend. No, okay? Okay, so no, that's not what it is. The law of attraction is basically starts here, starts with your brain, because whatever you're thinking is what you're attracting. So the things that you think are what you attract. So what you are thinking right now is what you're attracting. Do you want that? Probably not. So that's why you have to start here, and that's what's going to build that law of attraction. If you start saying the things and thinking the things that you want, that's when you're going to start attracting to you. Can I get an amen? Are you guys hearing what I'm saying? Okay. Now here's another part to it. Not only are you going to attract the negative results, but if you're thinking negative thoughts, or you're thinking, I'm not good enough, or I can't do this, or I'm gonna let people down, guess what? That also prevents you from doing the things you should be doing. If you feel like not doing something, or you feel unmotivated, most of the time, if you're feeling unmotivated, it's because you are thinking those things, okay? It's not motivation. You don't need more motivation. You need to get out of your mind and start thinking the positive thoughts. So if you know what you should be doing and you're not doing it, it's because of those thoughts that you're thinking. 100%, I tell you. So in my mind, I thought I was doing everything. I thought I was doing all the right things, but guess what? I wasn't sending sponsoring messages. I thought I was. I thought I was sponsoring and sending out sponsoring messages, but I wasn't. And guess what? It's because I thought I wasn't good enough. I thought I wasn't good enough sponsor. I thought I wasn't a good enough leader. So why am I going to send out messages if I don't think I'm good enough? I'm not. So once I started believing that I was good enough, then I started sponsoring and I started sending out those messages and getting the results that I want. At first, I got a whole bunch of people, okay? Last year, I started getting a whole bunch of people into my business. A lot of them were 5s and 6s, okay? Which is okay because I was growing my confidence. But now I'm sponsoring 8, 9s, and 10s, okay? So as my confidence has grown, I'm also growing in the type of people I'm attracting, okay? So now I'm sponsoring the people I want as I've grown that, okay? So it's a process. So I want to ask you guys a question and hopefully you guys answer. Will you promise to answer me? Okay? So how do you think you're going to change what you're thinking? How are you going to change those thoughts? How are you going to change the negativity? How are you going to change from thinking, I'm not good enough? How are you going to change from thinking, I can't do this, or I'm going to let people down, or I'm inadequate, or, whatever you're thinking? How do you work past that? How do you stop that? Any idea? Okay. Well, this is what my girls have said when I do coaching with them. So when I do coaching with my girls, they say, I'm going to try really hard to not think that anymore. Or they say, I'm going to stop my negative thinking. Or I'm going to try to think more positive thoughts. Which I think is really funny because I thought the same thing. But here's the thing. Crickets, right? No one knows. If you have felt this way or thought this way for years, how likely do you think you are, or how capable do you think you are to overcome that by yourself? You can't really. I mean, it's like a habit. You can't just do it by yourself, is what I have to say. I mean, you can try, but it's going to be really, really hard to do it by yourself. So what I would suggest, if you have this habit, my thought pattern and my feeling like this came from childhood. Me feeling not enough came from my parents. So how likely do you think I can overcome that by myself? That's going to be really, really hard. And when you're talking to people, or if you're thinking about this and you try to think back to that memory when you started feeling this way, I guarantee you it didn't start with your business. I guarantee it started somewhere else. I was talking to someone today And I said she felt like she was going to let people down, and she didn't want to let her kids down because guess what? When she was in the first grade, she felt let down by her parents because they were poor and she didn't fit in because she had hand-me-down clothes. And from that moment on, she had this fear that she was going to let other people down, that she wasn't going to be good enough to fit in because she didn't have the right clothes. So in her business now, she's telling me, I don't want to send out sponsoring messages because I'm afraid I'm not a good enough sponsor. Okay, what does that come from? That comes from her fear of letting people down. That came from first grade. Okay, so a lot of these feelings are deep down in your soul almost, and you really have to have something outside of yourself to help you, okay? So do you guys want to know what I do? Do you want to know what I use to help me overcome that? Because I guarantee you, the change in my business wasn't necessarily me doing more. It was me believing more in myself and changing myself from a 5 and 6 to believe that I was an 8 and 9 and 10. And once I finally did that, then my business exploded. Would you like to be selling over $5,000 a month? Would you like to be sponsoring 10 people a month? And not just 10 kidnappers. Would you like to be sponsoring 10 people that want the business? Okay? So like the first week of January, I sponsored 8 people, and all those 8 people told me they wanted to work this like a business. All those 8 people want to work it like a business. So here's the thing, and I ask my girls this all the time. If you know that the number one thing that is keeping you from your future and from your goals is your mindset, do you think that should be a priority in your everyday? Do you think that if your mindset and the thoughts you're thinking right now are keeping you from what you want, should that be a priority? Yes. And the next question is, are you making it a priority right now? No. So you need to make this a priority in your daily life, because when you change it in your daily life, in your daily routine, then daily you're going to attract the positive. And I think we want to attract positive every day in our business, not just one day a week, right? So you have to do this every single day. So let me share with you guys what I do. So one of the first suggestions is a Deb Erickson recording. So Deb Erickson, she's all about the mind. If you want, you can sign up for one of her classes. They're amazing. I'm currently in her I Can Sell and I Can Sponsor class. And that really helps you with mindset about your sponsoring and selling. But I listen to her free recording, and I can send it to you. If you want those tools, you can say tools and I'll send it to you. But I listened to her second recording. It's about 17 minutes. I put it in my ears. Once I wake up from bed, I'm making breakfast and I'm listening to these positive affirmations to tell me that I can do this, that I am capable. Sometimes you need someone else speaking into you to help you believe in it. So that's one thing. Personal development. And here's the thing. Personal development is more than just like watching a training video. Training video is not personal development. Training videos is training, okay? So what you need is personal development that works and helps you grow as a person, okay? Training videos are training. Personal development helps you grow as a person. So some of my personal development that I really love, one of the books that I recently finished listening to is the 5-second rule. It's amazing. Get it on audiobook because she talks to you like she's having a conversation with you. It's so easy to listen to. It's going to change your life and change your mind. The 5-second rule. So the Deb Erickson recording, the 5-second rule. Watch the movie called The Secret on Netflix. So when you go on Netflix, it's a free movie called The Secret. It's going to blow your mind and help just reaffirm what I've been talking about, how what you're focusing your mind on, the negativity is what you're attracting to you. And when you start focusing on the positive, what do you want? That's what you're going to attract to yourself. Okay? So you are 100% capable of changing your life and changing your business. You don't need to do more. You need to believe more. So focus on yourself every day. Give yourself this opportunity to grow. If you really, really want to grow your business, I just want to encourage you guys, focus on your mindset first, and then everything else will come into place. When I started focusing and believing on myself, I finally got to the point where I was able to have all of my dreams come true. I was stuck at green for forever. I wasn't maintaining green. I hit orange in November. Okay, I'm well on my way to purple this year. And it's not just a status, you guys. It's not just a status, because it's the feeling of feeling confident and not feeling like I'm striving. You know, there's times in your business that you feel like you're trying so hard and you're striving so hard, and I want you guys to be free and not feel that anymore, not feel that burden, not feel that heaviness of like struggling and striving. I want you to feel the freedom that comes when your business is growing every day and everything that you want is attracted to you. You all deserve that, okay? So thank you guys so much for giving me the time to listen to you. I'll message you guys, those that said tools, that recording that I used. Please share this with people that can learn and grow from this. Share this with your teams, because this is the secret. This is something that can really change their business and give them what they want out of their life and what they want out of their business, okay? Love you guys so much. Have a great, awesome weekend. I know tomorrow's Friday, and I'll talk to you guys very soon. Bye.